Aaron Rodgers and the Packers saw their 28-14 halftime lead slip away against the Colts yesterday and had to get a field goal with seconds remaining just to force overtime. Green Bay won the coin toss, but a fumble by Marquez Valdes-Scantling on the second play gave Indy the ball on their own 30 for the game-winning field goal. Rodgers finished the game with just over 300 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. Shannon, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much was Rodgers to blame for the loss here?
Well, he has to take a lot of the blame, Skip, because he had 2 of those costly turnovers. He threw an interception, and the center quarterback exchange. That's the most important thing. And so I don't know, did he pull out early or did the center not get the ball up high enough? But whatever the case may be, we're going to put that out. Rodgers, you're the quarterback. You're the best player on that team, so I'm going to put the blame on him. And then the Valdes-Scantling, Skip, the 4 turnovers killed him, and Scantling's on the end. That was basically game, set, match. But the defense, their defense isn't very good, Skip. And we've seen that over the last couple of weeks. We saw that they probably should have lost to Jacksonville had they had any competency at the quarterback position. We saw Minnesota run them off the field. We saw Tampa do a number on them, and they just couldn't stop them. And so we saw this again. Phillip Rivers was doing damage. They ran the ball. They did whatever they wanted to do. The Packers, there's no shame in losing to this team. They're going against the #1 total defense, #2 pass defense. And they're basically, Skip, they're very simplistic in their approach. We're going to play cover 2. We're going to line up in it, and we're going to play it. And I remember going against teams that played a lot of heavy cover 2. And I go to TD, I say, TD, run their ass out of this cover 2. We need them to drop that safety down so we get some one-on-one coverage. Run them out of it. Well,
what happened on that interception with the cover 2 corner?
Your guy, Aaron Jones, what did he do, Skip? Now, you tell me Aaron Jones is the guy. 10 for 41.
Pretty good. That's 4 yards a pop. Give it to him 25 times.
18 for 66. Aaron Rodgers was 27 of 38, 311, 1 sack, 3 touchdowns, had a high QBR, actually had a 76 QBR, which was the 7th best of the day.
Not bad.
Not bad, huh? Could I interest you in that?
Well, can I interest you in what I'm about to say?
Yeah, you interest me. The only thing, look, he took the L. 29 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, slightly less than 3,000 yards. Aaron Rodgers having another great season. But yesterday, those 4 turnovers killed him, and he was a large part of that.
Okay, so scale of 1 to 10, you'd give him a 5 maybe for blame?
No. I give him... I'll give him a 3.
A 3?
Yeah.
Okay, so he deserves 3 on a scale of 10 of the blame yesterday. Okay, let me explain to you why he deserves at least a 9. And once again, I'm being a nice guy. I'm being a really nice guy. This is a transcendent thrower of the football, says this man across from me. This is actually the greatest thrower of the football in the history of the game, says the Hall of Famer across from me.
Only temporarily. Only temporarily.
This is the man across from me, the Hall of Famer, who says it's neck and neck in the MVP race. That's what I've been hearing for about a month now, between him and Mahomes.
No. I ain't said no neck and neck. I said he was in second.
Well, you've had him there.
Yeah, well, he was up there.
Occasionally you're saying, well, it's getting closer, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that guy, I gotta grade him on a tough curve, right? He's up 28-14 at half.
Right.
28-14. And he loses the second half 17-3. And the 3 didn't come until a few seconds were left in the second half on a late field goal, right?
Well, I fought them for that because I thought they played for the tie instead of going for the win.
And Aaron spiked it twice, and I couldn't quite figure out what he was doing because he seemed to have lost his time management equilibrium. He just seemed to be a little bit out to lunch. I don't know if he and Matt weren't on the same page.
Why? What would you have him do?
Well, go for it. Throw for it. Go for the throat. You're the greatest thrower of the football ever.
Well, he missed the throw, Skip. I was going to show this, but if you notice on 3rd down, he threw it to Devontae. But he had Robert Tonyan. He worked the wrong side. He worked the high side.
Okay.
He should have worked the weak side. But he had his mind made up.
Okay.
If he doesn't make his mind up, because look at this, Skip, okay? He's going to Devontae. But if he works the other side, look at this.
I thought he was Aaron Bleepin Rodgers.
I'm just Skip, the man's human.
Well, he was so human in the second half that here are their possessions. They go punt, they fumble the kickoff. That's a problem. That's Darius Shepard, who he completely missed against Philly last year. Remember when he's just waving over in the side of the end zone?
Shepard got a reprieve. Remember, he let the ball hit on the goal line. He got a reprieve.
Okay. And then he missed on a 4th and 1, and then he missed on the late 3rd and 3 that you just showed.
Right.
And they had to take the field goal. So here's what he was in the second half. On 3rd down, Aaron threw it 5 times and went 1 for 5. If you throw in the 4th down that they missed, he was 1 of 6 on 3rd and 4th down, all passes. That's not transcendent throwing.
Well, I think the thing is, Skip, is that they probably should have taken it, looking back at it, if you take the field goal, now you kick the field goal to win the game. But they didn't do that.
Okay.
That's neither here nor there. You have
let's
Aaron
go back
Rodgers.
to the 4th and 1, and Matt LaFleur says, let's go for it.
Right.
Okay, 4th and 1, and if we could see this play, he looks for Devontae, but can't find him because he's triple covered, and so he has to lob one up to Jamal Williams, and it was just a bad idea thrown too far. That's just a bad pass.
Yeah.
You could be better than that. That's 4th and 1. That's a big play in that game. That's to stop the bleeding. That's to get them
But
regain some
Skip,
momentum.
if you look at it, they got the guy double team and they let him go. He's supposed to have more time than that. You got the guy double team. How you let the guy split the double team and put pressure on Rodgers?
I don't know. But
That's maxed up. That's locked up. That's a two-man route.
So 1 of 6 on 3rd and 4th down in the second half. All passes, no runs in there.
He's got to make Skip.
I think that blame goes to a 9 on the blame meter.
He has to make a better throw than that. But he has to think that on a two-man route, I'm protected. They keep the tight ends in. I don't understand. I don't understand this. But like I said, he understands it's tough to play like he has to play and like Mahomes because your defense, you feel you got to be perfect on every possession or bad things are going to happen. And for the most part, his career, he's been perfect. Mahomes has been perfect. You look at what he's been able to do in his first 3 full years of starting Mahomes, his defense hasn't been great. But somehow, you know, Skip, in order to beat teams like the Packers and to beat Kansas City when they got these great quarterbacks, you got to get to 30. You're not beating them.
I'm glad you brought Mahomes back up because before I get to the final stat I'm going to share with you about Aaron Rodgers, would you believe that last night was Mahomes' first ever touchdown pass to win a game in the last 2 minutes? So you're raving about the game has never seen anything like this. Yeah. And he did for the first time what Tom Brady just routinely has done his whole career.
So Tom Brady was doing. You got to realize, Skip, this is only 3rd year starting.
Okay.
Tom Brady couldn't. Tom Brady couldn't hold a count of this kid his first 3 years. Stop! Don't do that, Skip.
Okay. So let's go back to Aaron Rodgers, the other man you gloat about often on this show. He is now 2-8-1 in overtime games. 2-8-1. And recently we saw him unravel completely psychologically at Tampa against Tampa Bay.
I saw your guy do it 2 weeks later against New Orleans.
And guess what? In that game, after jumping to an early lead, he fell completely apart and could not score in the last 3 quarters. And in the second half yesterday with the 28-14 lead in a big game for them and obviously for Phillip Rivers also, he got outplayed by Phillip Rivers in the second half, a 38-year-old quarterback. Yeah. And he scored
You make it seem like Rodgers 22.
3 points.
Let me ask you a question. Who played worse? Did Rodgers play worse against Tampa or did Brady play worse against New Orleans? Just take your time.
Well, all I know is the question that Jenny posed is about how much blame
I gave him blame.
Okay. You gave him a 3.
He has to play better.
A 3?
He has to play better.
Who gets the other 7 points of blame?
Shepard fumbling the football.
Yeah.
The defense gets a lot of Skip. Come on now, Skip. They got two big dogs at the Preston Smith and Zadarius Smith. They're not. Come on, bro. Y'all got to stop the run.
The worst defensive effort I've seen this whole football season belongs to the Tampa Bay defense against New Orleans a couple Sunday nights ago. That was the worst I've ever seen this whole year.
What is Brady? So what was the blame for Brady?
Well,
call timeout to kick a field goal so you don't get blamed.
Yep.
That's embarrassing.
Well, that was 5-5. I'd give him a 5 on that one because the defense deserved 5.
So what does the defense deserve in this?
This is a transcendent throw of the football.
Oh, so what's Brady? What's Brady? You told me Brady GOAT.
Well, he is the guy. I don't tell you. Everybody tells you.
Well, how'd it go only score 3 points? What GOAT you know scored 3 points in a game?
Well, when your defense can't stop Drew Brees for the first 6 times he's got the ball.
Okay, what about?
Are you kidding?
So what about the defense? Aaron Rodgers' defense couldn't stop Phillip Rivers. And you say Phillip Rivers, you say it's painful watching Phillip throw the ball. And that defense couldn't stop a guy that you just said, how old is he? 38?
Well, all I know is Aaron Rodgers scored 3 late in the second half. That's all he got.
I mean, the man, your guy scored 3 points the whole game. Now, you talk about a man that's 38 years old that has to chase 9 kids around at night when he get home. So that's really like 46.
Yep, I would agree with
and
that.
He did that to the Packers defense.
Yep. And by the way, I won another case off this game.
Did you?
Yep.
I mean, geez.
Easy peasy.
Busy weekend.
I get it back. I'm going to get it back for Thanksgiving. Just in time for Thanksgiving.
Speaking of winning, guys, huge news from this game and yesterday's free-to-play Super 6 contest. 8 players went a perfect 6 for 6 and split Terry Bradshaw's $1 million. The Colts beating the Packers by 3 in overtime. It sealed the deal, which is so exciting. And your next chance to win Terry's money will be the Cowboys annual Thanksgiving Showdown. Download the Fox Super 6 app for your chance